Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shut Door or Door Shutter coming back to you with episode 52 of Direwolf20's 1.19 Modpack. And today, I quickly want to address my overthinking. Yeah, this is a lot, right? Like at the beginning, you really don't need this many types of mana generation. And there are a lot of simpler ways to do mana generation in the very early game because the end game is where you're going to basically make a final setup, right? This whole three different flowers thing is kind of just me messing around with the flowers. In all honesty, I wanted to see what was available. I've never automated Thermalilies properly. I've never automated Grumeliuses properly, and all of that. That genuinely was something that I wanted to try and do this season, and I did it, right? Like, these are automated. There's no real waste. They aren't as efficient as they could be, right? Like, there is a lot that could be done here. But, I don't really mind this, right? I've never done this before, right? I've never automated this stuff, and I think it's just fun. In general, it is a fun time, and I enjoyed it. The whole Terra Steel failing the first attempt, that was on me. I should have been using a Spark. I didn't really need new mana generation. There is a pretty decent way to get mana. If you have this Ender Goober foe, and you drop this for an Endoflame, it will produce a lot of mana. If you automate that, which Endoflames aren't hard to automate, really, I just didn't want to. I just kind of wanted to see what other flowers were there. But Terra Steel is kind of our gateway, and that's kind of where we're at. So we've got our first piece of Terra Steel, and now we need to make a portal to Alfheim. And a portal to Alfheim. I don't even know where in the world I'm going to put this because I am almost out of space here. I think what we could do... no, I don't really want to move that, though. Is we might just have to... I'm just going to temporarily... no. I don't know where I want to put this. It's a very good question. I guess we could put it like smack dab in the middle of this, but this Thermalily is going to get in the way. I think for now, let's move all of this, and we could put the portal right here. So let's do... just set these next to the controller instead. And then living rock. So we want living wood, living rock. So that's wood, that's rock. So we're going to toss in living rock on whitelist, and then living wood on whitelist. Okay. So what is the portal to Alfheim, right? I think we talked about this last episode. It is a multi-block structure that requires a ton of mana to get into. Mana pool. Let's see here. So let's grab 2 mana pools, and I believe... let's actually open the portal to Alfheim here. So let's see here. Doodly-doo. So we're looking at like this big, right? So it's a decently sized thing. And we're going to need 4 glimmering. So glimmering. Not flimmering. Glimmering. Glimmering living wood. Is that what it is? Living wood log? Okay. So we need 3 of those. I like how you can actually see what you're looking at on the top. So I could put one here. 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 And then... let's grab some more living wood in general. I believe these actually... there's different versions you can have of these. I don't think it has to be the log variant. You can actually change these out, but we also need a gateway core, which is a terrasteel nugget converted to, or terrasteel ingot converted to nuggets. There we go. That right there. I believe we actually might need to move this up, because this is your activation point, by the way, I think. So we might just want to move this up. Do I really want to do that? No, not really. Well, let's shut this down for a second here. And we can actually just move this here. Okay. And I don't remember which one's which. Okay, so living rock is not that one. And then we're just going to take this out. We're going to do storage bus here and here. This was living wood, and this was living rock. Whitelist, whitelist, power, turn off limit. Okay, so let's move this up. And I'll be right back. All right, so the next thing we need is a mana pylon. We need 2 of those to make 2 nature pylons, which means that we've used our first piece of terrasteel fully, and we'll need 2 mana pools. Okay. So we'll place a mana pool here, a mana pool here, nature pylon here, and a nature pylon here, natura pylon. And I believe that is all we need for this. Now we just kind of need to fill these with mana. And I don't think we've unlocked spark augments in here, right? Because we need spark augments are requiring pixie dust, and I don't think I have any pixie dust by any means. Yeah, so we currently will need to get something going here, right? Let's take out this spark. I think I need this. There we go. So we're just going to have to do spreaders here for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this spreader, send that there. This spread, actually, let's move these. So here, 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 and there was a mana spreader, or what did I see? What was it called? Splitter? Mana splitter. Okay, so if we do, I don't think there's like a distance requirement for these. I think they just have to be nearby. So let's try this, because I've never seen the mana splitter before, so that's something new to Britannia. So if we do mana splitter, this thing right here, and we put this right here, and that should send all of its mana into both of these pools all at once. Fantastic. And then I believe this mana, we could probably start sending it this direction for now. But I don't remember what we need to actually activate this. I think we could look at that, right? Hopefully. Wand of the Forest. Okay. So yeah, it is just Wand of the Forest. It pulls from both mana pools. Both of these will basically need to be full. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Fun indeed. All right. So we're going to need to actually get a better source of mana, which means we're probably going to automate endo flames real quick. So endo flames. How do we craft endo flames? Endo flames are 2 brown, 1 red, 1 gray. So brown, gray, light gray, by the way, and red. I'm going to get a few of these. I'm going to get what I need to actually automate this, and I will be right back with you guys. All right, I'm going to try and see if I can make this complicated, because why not? So a pressure plate. I don't think I can do this, right? Like, that wouldn't work. Okay. I was hoping that would work, but I don't think that would. So, I was just curious. Hold on. Let's just see if this is correct. I'm just experimenting. Actually, I need this over 1 block to make sure there's no interference. Okay. Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. So, theoretically, step on this, it outputs that, okay? So, the way to automate these is kind of... I'm going to do it with, like, normal vanilla redstone and Botania stuff here. So, we get a hopper, okay? We get an open crate, and we get a pressure plate, which is our pressure plate right here, okay? And to do this, open crate on top of the pressure plate, right? And then a hopper. Now, the problem is if you don't have a redstone signal on this hopper, then this will always drop items, correct? So we put this here, and if I put in some of the just charcoal or coal blocks, right? Coal blocks. Throw this in here, and probably take off my magnet. This will actually prevent the hopper from flowing because there's an item on the wooden pressure plate. I mean, that is kind of simplifying things. I thought I was going to make it complicated, but I really didn't. Just kind of improved upon the original idea. So you're basically making endo flames. And of course, I don't think these actually are connected. They should be connected all to that 1 mana spreader. So you can see we're constantly shooting off mana, right? So let's do that again. So we're going to put another set of endo flames right here. We're going to grab a wooden pressure plate. And we're going to put that right there. We're going to grab an open crate. So I guess technically I didn't just use vanilla redstone. But, you know, who's counting? You legitimately could do this with vanilla redstone. It's just a little bit more complicated because you need to have a redstone signal push from here to this hopper to prevent the open crate from actually getting an excess of items. That's all you need to do, right? You could do that with laser IO. I mean, I was also thinking that if you wanted to... Hold on. If you think about it, I'm pretty sure you would be able to set an item on this. So we're just going to say dirt block. We're going to throw that on this pressure plate. This should... Actually, if we bind this dirt block under it, this dirt block should get a power, right? I think. I might be wrong about that. That's why I'm going to look at this for a second. Oh, come on. Okay, no. I was just curious if this would actually work, but no, that's not working. That's fine. Just a test. But originally I was thinking that would be powered, but no, it's just a pressure plate. Okay. And that's not in the right spot. I need to do this. And of course, the coal can despawn. Don't forget that if you're low on coal, probably not the best option. Have a timer set for every 5 minutes or 3 minutes or something of that nature so you can pick up coal to not waste it. Not advised, right? I was trying to find something in here that I know would like pick up items as they're about to despawn. But I can't seem to find it. So I know there was something in here that would allow for that, but that's okay. So we've got 2 endo flames. There is also this end goober foe that I could put in here, but the burn time is so much that it would just despawn. Genuinely despawn. Like, I don't want that to happen. But, you know, we're cruising. We've got endo flames shooting off. We might have too much mana for this spreader to handle. So let's actually do a mana spreader here and a mana spreader here that is linked to all of these flowers. Actually, I need to be clicking the flower first, don't I? Okay, I think all of these should be connected to the proper spreader. Okay, we're going to aim this one here, and we're going to make sure that this is actually aimed correctly. Perfect. And we're going to just put these coal blocks in there. Okay, so let's link all these flowers to this mana spreader. And those were actually just bound to that mana spreader. Just saw that. Okay, so all of these should be bound to that. Okay. So we should have a decent amount of mana coming in, right? Of course, some of these endo flowers, actually these 4 are all shooting into this first pull, so we're still getting mana to actually make Terra Steel, but we're also getting mana to do that, which is fantastic. I love to see that we're multitasking here. I'm going to let this run. I'm going to let these pulls build up, and I will be back with you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, and these are full now. So what we're going to do is we're going to right-click this with the Wand of the Forest, activate it. You can see that we are going to drain a decent chunk out of the pools. Of course, these are still running, and this is awesome. It is activated, so now what do we do? Well, first things first, take this, chuck it into the portal. You'll then get a gold little trim around it, and this unlocks a lot of different things. Of course, it gives you resources of Alfheim, which is living wood to dreamwood. Dreamwood will allow you to get a Wand of the Elven Forest. I have no idea what this is. That is actually new, to me at least. So let's actually grab some living wood. So let's actually just grab living wood. And anything you toss into this portal will be voided if it's not tradable, by the way. I believe that's still a thing. So for example, throw a torch in here, it's gone. So be careful what you throw in here. We're just going to throw a whole stack of that. Oop, I just hit the elevator. And we'll slowly but surely get a full stack of Dreamwood logs. And let's actually also go for living rock. We'll just toss a whole stack in there. Actually, I guess rock's not... I guess never mind on that one. Anyway, 2 mana steel ingots gives you a block or a ingot of elementium. Mana Pearl gives you Pixie Dust. Mana Diamond gives you Dragon Stones. Nether Quartz gives you Elven Quartz. They also have their eyes on white posh-looking material from the Nether. Alfheim glass. So there's Mana Glass to Elf Glass. So I mean, yeah, this is basically all the materials you'll need for the future of Botania, really. Ritual of the Gaia, that is pretty cool. It yields Gaia spirits, which are converted as fragments of the power of the goddess of Gaia herself. The ritual requires an active beacon with Gaia pylons surrounding it, functioning as an altar, as well as a single terrasteel ingot as a sacrifice. So this is your basic, ritual of the Gaia, which we can actually probably get into. Maybe? No, we don't have enough there. So what I think we could do is take a mana spreader and let's actually move this. No. I don't know if there's a distance that this would work, but I'm kind of curious. Would this be a big enough distance away? Let's see. Let's actually just move this and I'll be right back. Okay, so we can actually try and get a piece of Terra Steel here. Let's actually grab another spark. And we're going to put this on this other pool. There are some augments that we can get that will make some stuff a little bit better. But real quick, I want to try and get a piece of Terra Steel so we can see about fighting the Gaia this episode. So right-click, and right-click. You can see that we are pulling mana from several different directions, which is fantastic. But this should go pretty decent. There we go. Alright, and I don't think I drained these that much. Decent amount, but that's okay. So, now, what we need to do is get some Gaia pylons, right? Gaia, whatever you want to call it. Gaia, which is 2 elementum per mana pylon. So we actually need a few mana pylons, which require some mana diamonds here. Oop, I converted one to Dragonstone on accident. I'm pretty sure I need these 2 anyway. So, I should have bookmarked Gaia pylon here. Let's get rid of everything else real quick. So, oh no, okay, so it's 2 pixie dust, 2 elementum. Alright. So 4 of these bad boys. And then pixie dust, which is the mana pearls. So let's just grab some ender pearls and convert those. How many do I need of those? So I'll need 8 in total. Okay, so yeah. And just turn around, throw those in there. And then we need mana steel. 1, 2. Okay. And that will be this. Mana pylons to get our Gaia pylons. And then we need a beacon. Which I don't know if I actually... Oh, I do have Nether Star. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of that stuff. Just gonna clear out my inventory real quick. Alright, then we need some sort of beacon block, so iron. And then we're just going to teleport out here. And I think what we can do is just set this on top of here for right now. So we're just going to do small beacon, Gaia pylon, or not Gaia pylon. I mean, we'll be doing a Gaia pylon or Gaia pylon. But let's actually do this. Virtualize. So I just need to make sure where these are actually being placed. So it is 1, 2, 3, 3 out. So right about here. I think they're beacon level. So 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. Okay. And we just right click with the Terra Steel ingot. Okay, so I placed them wrong somehow. Alright, so I need this center block, basically. I missed it by 1. That's fine. Try again. Let me get these placed properly. Alright, and the next thing we do is shift right click with the Terra Steel ingot. Oop, nope. So what is happening? So I'm seeing that there is the particles. Okay, so we need a full arena. That is what this is saying. Okay, so let's move this and I'll be right back. Alright, now we should be able to do this. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, why is this so picky? Alright, let's grab some blackstone bricks. I forgot how, like, picky this one is, but that's okay. We'll get it sorted. I don't think I really need to adjust this that much. Kind of just on the edges, I think, is what this was saying. But I don't think I have really any more blackstone, polished blackstone bricks or anything. Yeah, we're almost out. Okay, now. All right, where are we missing? So we need a block here, a block here, and a block here. I'm assuming we need one in every corner. All right, I already put one there. Now, there we go. All right, he's charging up here. Let's actually grab my sword out. Apparently, I don't have that. Alright, so he should be going into a phase here soon. Alright, can I, like, turn off the music? No, it's just on. So he's just going to start spawning quite a few creatures here that we can just take out in one hit, of course. No problem there. And then whenever we kill all these, he'll drop down and we can just hit him again. There is a second tier of the Gaia, but that will be future, of course. We aren't really going to be doing that right now, so that's, I mean, we don't have the resources to do that right now as well, so okay. And we should never have to fight him again because that was a loot pinata, and that is fantastic. I think we have enough Gaia spirits to never have to worry about this ever again. Let's see. I'm kind of curious how many we ended up with. Let me clear out my inventory. Let's actually quickly turn on my magnet as well. There we go. Alright. How many Gaia spirits did Shut just get with one Gaia? 336, ladies and gentlemen. That is a fantastic number, and I can't wait to never have to fight him again. Alright, so we're still blasting. We're filling up our pools again. What can we do with Gaia spirits? Why did we fight the Gaia? Well, there is better mana spreaders, of course. The Gaia mana spreader, fantastic. The Elven is the second tier. This is the third tier. Let's see. Combining the already powerful spreader with a Gaia Spirit and a Dragonstone Gem yields an even more potent variant. The Gaia Spreader is the gold standard of mana spreaders with upgrades pretty much all around. Do note that these spreaders fire large payloads at once and thus might fire less often. Fantastic. So, of course, here's the Elven one, which just simply conducts mana better than Living Wood. A few adjustments in recipe, like substituting Elemental for gold, yield an Elven mana spreader, which conducts more mana faster and for longer without mana loss. Cool. What else can we do with this? Well, there is the Charm of Diva? Blesses the wearer with the power to turn attackers on their comrades. Huh. It uses mana. And if you want to use mana, by the way, mana tablets exist, and you can just put these in a pool. If you ever look at a mana spreader, you can see that this little arrow, if I change it to function mode, let me actually get that guy back to where he should be. If I change this to function mode and shift right click, you can see this little arrow switch positions. The arrow facing to the right means it's going to be taking from the mana tablet and putting it into the pool. This means it's taking from the pool and putting it into the tablet, or whatever actually requires mana. I believe the mana mirror is something else that can absorb mana from a mana pool, not just mana tablets. All right. So what else can we look at here? I kind of just want to keep looking at what the Gaia spirits can offer, right? I know there's the Gaia ingot, which is, I believe, also the second tier for the Gaia fight. Gaia, whatever. Let's see, Ritual of the Gaia 2. One would think that combining two of the most powerful botanical resources known, Terra Steel and Gaia Spirits, would create a material would be truly unstoppable. Unfortunately, the reality is that said material is very much stoppable. In fact, the two sets of energy seem to cancel almost perfectly when combined into an ingot, yielding an utterly useless alloy. The ingot, however, can be sacrificed to a beacon to summon an even stronger Gaia Guardian with more strength, speed, and resistance. On the other hand, slaying the Gaia Greater Guardian... Okay. So, I think if we actually get another Terra Steel ingot... one more here. We're actually going to wrap up the episode in a minute. Let's actually grab a diamond. And I think next episode we will start off with a Gaia Tier 2 fight. I think that sounds fantastic, in my opinion. Alright, let's turn this off. Okay, we're going to pull some mana from those mana pools. Of course, next episode, we also have to look forward to better mana generation. That is something we can actually get into and not have to worry about endo flames constantly firing. So this one uses wool to generate mana. And of course, these do get a little bit more expensive, especially with mystical flowers. Of course, pixie dust is in that one. The Cake-a-Miris, which actually takes pieces of cake and generates mana off of those. So if you wanted to generate cakes, or not generate cakes, but craft cakes, this is a way to do it. And, get mana. Shulk Minot is a generating flower that creates mana from the power of the Shulker's levitation. If a nearby monster is targeted by and hit with a Shulker's projectile and the Shulk Minot's internal buffer is empty, both mob and Shulker will be killed, generating ludicrous amounts. Huh. We've got the whatever in the world this one is, similar to Cake-a-Miris, but eats man-made flowers in the Petal Apothecary. Instead, it'll consume any nearby placed flower and synthesize mana from them. While feeding it the same flower several times in a row yields diminishing returns. Huh. Interesting. Basically a cannibalistic flower. Is not a recommended for the faint of heart. While it's likely the most efficient available generating flower in the Botania's toolbox, it also is one of the least straightforward to use. The flower function is based on the cellular automaton known as Conway's Game of Life. The area of this is a 25 by 25 squared, centered around the dandelion itself. As long as the flower receives a redstone signal, it'll step the animation twice a second. Each location within the flower, 25 by 25. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I have no idea if I want to even touch this. That sounds like a nightmare. I mean, I could probably look into it, but I don't know if I'm going to touch that one. We also have the functional flora, which is just a few other fantastic things like the orchid, which generates ore with stone blocks nearby. Tons and tons of good stuff. Crafty crate. Huh. I mean, craft up items using that. That's pretty nifty. Starfield Creator. Huh. Create a starry sky. Interesting, interesting. But there is more stuff that is opened up here as well, and we're not even all the way done. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Of course, hopefully we'll get into better mana generation. The Kakamaris is one of those ones that is automated quite frequently, so I don't know if I'm going to do that one. But, you know, it's always an option. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.